We're in today with the legendary 8800 Ultra. This is a 2007 video card with 128 shaders. It's got 768 megabytes of VRAM GDDR3 running at 612 megahertz on the core clock and 1080 megahertz on the memory clock. It's got 384 bits bus width, DirectX 10 support, and we're gonna pair it up with this Intel Xeon W3690 with 6 cores and 12 threads. I think this is a fantastic video card, and the best thing we can do for this is jump in a couple of games and see how it holds. Let's go. Let's start with GTA 5 and see how it looks on 1024. You can actually see on normal details with 50% on the render scale, 0.5 on the frame scale. It looks very pixelated, but we're gonna adjust it, see how it's working, and maybe we can increase the resolution or put more details or put one on the scale. I wanted to see how it's performing because I know GTA 5 it's got a lot of potential, and yeah, definitely we need to test this video card with this game and see how it holds, because it is going to tell me the truth about this computer. All right, so first off, I want to see on the CPU side how it's doing. I put the CPU on the 4000 megahertz with throttle stop in order to give it a little boost. It's got the original fan from HP, so in this situation 54 degrees it's okay, you know, with a CPU like this, because majority of the time you will see that W3690 is not on a HP like this. It's a less powerful one, and this radiator and this fan is actually a question, you know, but in this case you can see it's working really nice with 4000. General perspective here, you can see that the GPU is on 66 degrees. This is a problem because this type of video card it's rare now, you know, and I want to keep it cool, and I put fans on it. I'll go show you at the end. I put fans on the back, maximum AC on, ambient temperature is low, everything is as smooth as possible. I checked the thermal paste. I want this video card not to die. If it makes any sense. On the VRAM side, I got 0.6. We're gonna take a look and see how it's performing there, but you can actually see majority of the time you will fill up that VRAM the moment you start walking around. The moment you start driving, you're gonna have problems, you know. So yeah, in this case I will say it's a decent performance. You can see that it's struggling, you know, 92-94% load on the core is not the best, but it does the job, you know. It does the job, this video card and this system. There's a lot of adjustments here that it needs to be done, but I want to do the adjustment based on the average of the FPS that I get from here. For instance, if I get below 60 FPS, yeah, I have to stay here because I have no chance on actually utilizing this video card and the system properly. One thing that I can do, because I got 1024, is put FXAA. There is next to nothing impact on the performance, but it makes the edges, you see the edges here, a little rounder. That's it. But yeah, 50-60 FPS on as an average doesn't give me enough room for improvement here. Let's take a look on the GPU side and see how we're doing. So I got the averages, you know, 60 FPS on average, 22 minimals, and 94-95% load on the core, and 66 degrees. The only thing important for me is that temperature. That's it. But if we're jumping in Black Ops with this computer, with this video card, you can actually see that yeah, it's actually running fantastic. 720p with low details is not that bad, you know, considering what the video card I have and what games I want to play. I think on 720p with low details is going to be a very interesting performance, you know. So definitely I want this computer and this video card to run. This is something that I will play on a video card like this. Maximum core load in this occasion with only 0.4 gig of VRAM utilization, but it doesn't matter because it's running really nice and I like the performance. In this case with this video card, you can see that it's possible to actually play the game. The system doesn't have any problem with only 5 gig of system RAM being utilized, and the CPU barely stress in this occasion. 50 degrees on the CPU side with no problem and no stress on that Intel Xeon. The problem is the core on the video card that is always on maximum load. I think the temperature needs to be good in this case because I don't want to overheat the video card, and in a game like this everything needs to be butter smooth, you know. It needs to be put with lower quality in order to get higher FPS, and maybe if you decide to put VSync or limit the FPS in such a way that you can get the best performance from the video card, but not stress the video card, not utilize it at maximum. This is gonna be very interesting because I'm in Modern Warfare with 1080p and maximum details. You can actually see the video card is actually capable of delivering the FPS. I'm interested on how many averages I will get because I got like 70-80% load on the core of the video card. You can actually see the core is sometimes it's maxed out 94-95%, but it's only using 600 megabytes of VRAM. You know, it's got 700, you know, 700 megabytes of VRAM, and in this case I will say if it stays there it's okay, you know, because with 80% load on the core, 600 megabytes of VRAM utilized, this game it's actually perfect for this video card, you know. Black Ops was a little I shall say too much for the video card, but at the end of the day you can actually set up the game in such a way so you can enjoy yourself. So in this case the system is doing fantastic, the game is utilizing the computer properly. I mean 50% on the CPU side with 5.7 gig of system RAM. That's not a lot, you know, but look at this, it looks okay even with this video card. No, even today you can still play the game. Look at that, managed to kill me. Let's jump into Paladins, because Paladins on 1080p with 50% render scale, you can actually see it's doing fantastic. So 50% render scale because I got sometimes over 50% load, and it's very important not to stress the video card. Now if I get 170 FPS, ideal would be to limit the FPS, but in this case you can actually see in some cases it's going to 50 FPS, sometimes with under, and not okay if you're interested on actually playing the game and not stressing the video card. So the frequency on the core is good, the frequency on the memory clock is good, 0.3 gig of VRAM utilized here, 11 minimal, that's not okay, but if the FPS is over 100, I think it's an ideal situation in which you can limit the FPS, you know, to distress the core, but overall performance is great, you know, so yeah, I like it. Team Fortress, yes. I put 1080p with maximum details. I think I made a mistake because the core is maxed out. I think I actually kept everything on low details and it would have been much better. Imagine telling those players online saying, what video card do you have? I have a 10 series video card, I got a 20 series RTX video card, I got an 8 series video card. The best of the best, seriously. You need to understand that majority of the games that don't require high-end video cards. Team Fortress, you know how much fun you can have in this game, but you need to set up the video card in such a way that you can utilize it, you know. So if you have a bad video card or a bad computer, you have to adjust it in such a way that you can benefit from it. If you really want to play Counter-Strike with this video card, you definitely have a solution here with all Counter-Strike apparently. You can see that is working really nice. It doesn't have any stress on the video card, 1080p maximum details. You know, the old Counter-Strike is not very hard on the video card with 20% load on the core and 300 megabytes of VRAM. It's very important to understand 300 megabytes of VRAM when it comes to a game like this, because you may think it's possible to say, oh, with my old video card I can run it, but if you got only 256 megabytes of VRAM, you cannot run the game, so you need to put it on low details and stuff like that. But overall it's doing great. Look at this, fantastic performance. On the CPU side, no problem. There is with a game like this, you can clearly see it's possible to actually play the game. There's no problem on the minimal side. I got 75 on minimal with 88 on 1%. The average is 100 because it's a limit. You can unlock it, you can put more FPS, but it's not worth it considering I got 14% load on the video card and only 232 watts consumption, you know. So for a game like this, the video card is fantastic, you know, doesn't have any stress, you know. 54 degrees on the video card on an 8800 Ultra, I'll take that all day considering what temperature this video card is running and how hot it is. I will say thank you to this game because it's a decent performance. What do you think happens if we jump in Battlefield? 720p, low details. Let's see, we can actually shoot somebody. It's gonna be very interesting. 40-70 FPS on everything. I wanna see the temperature sitting properly because I don't want to overheat the video card. If it stays around 60-61 and it like this, I will take it because this is a very interesting performance, you know. So I have to be very careful with this game. 400 megabytes of VRAM utilization is okay, but overall decent, you know. 305 watts consumption, so I'm not gonna complain here. Take him down. Vehicle disabled, yes. Yeah boy. 720p, 70 FPS on average. That's actually decent. 25 on minimal, 48 on 1%. It's not bad, you know. Considering what video card I have and what game I'm playing, I will take this as a big win. Come on, pizdzets. We want to play with the tanks, seriously. Battlefield managed to remind me about Wolrd of Tanks. 50 FPS in the tank is not okay. You know, if I want to play with the tank, I will go in Wolrd of Tanks. Seriously. But if we're talking about tanks, I think this is the best game that needs to be talked. You can actually see that the video card is doing fantastic on minimal details, of course. Actually, let's change it because I have too many FPS. The moment I click on this, I have to restart the computer and it's going to utilize more than 1 gig of VRAM. But if I stay on this, low and minimal, then I will be like in performance mode or something like that. And you can see already on low details, it's got more texture and stuff. Minimal is just for backup. The moment you put it on minimal, you need to understand that that's bare texture in order to get the best FPS. If you're interested on playing online games with a lot of people, you know, this is one of those situations where the video card is running decent. I got maximum load on the video card's core, and I think this is one of those situations in which you can benefit from a video card like this. I think you managed to see the idea that I had today to put as many online games as possible for this video card to see how it's performing. Here comes the question: is it worth utilizing a rare video card like this? Because nowadays 8800 Ultra is a rare video card. Is it worth utilizing a rare video card in order to achieve this performance? It's like the value, it's in the video card when it's working, you know. Do you want this working video card as a gaming video card, you know, because do you want to use it? I don't know if it makes any sense, you know, or you can keep it as a valuable item because it's very expensive nowadays to find it. The second one, it was not a question, it's just I'm just trying to point out that previously I wanted to test this video card in the Windows 7 machine, but with the second one I wanted to do an 8800 Ultra SLI, you know, but it died 1 week ago. This video, the second video card, it died, you know, started showing artifacts on the main core, and that's it. It died. As much as I would like to keep them, you know, to keep them on, I tried to put fans, maximum speed, air conditioning on, ambient, try to lower the temperature in such a way that it doesn't overheat or get any thermal stress on the video card or the core or something like that. And when I started recording it, I noticed that the yellow cable from the power supply on a HP was like getting brown. You know, I knew that I'm testing a lot of video cards that are not meant to be in that machine, but I just wanted to point that out, that every single time now that I'm putting a video card there, I go with the thermal camera and I look around the cables and the video card and see how they are performing, because if I don't do that and I end up with a power supply that is burning cables and explodes and stuff like that, it's very important to visualize the cables and stuff like that, you know. The only problem I have today is that majority of the time back in the days, the cables were red for 5 volts, yellow for 12 volts, black for ground, and I think brownish, or it was for 3.3 volts for SATA or something like that. There were Molex or something like that, 3.3 volt. Nowadays, they're all black. There's nothing you can see there. You understand? My opinion, it's a very bad thing, because yes, I know the majority of the power supply, they are 500, 600, 800, high thousands of watts. Yeah, you cannot distinguish if that cable it's bad or if it's going bad. If you want to play a couple of games like this, just take a cheap video card that is not utilizing external power supply, leave an 8800 Ultra like this in a box, seal it with a bag that doesn't have air inside, and keep it for later in order to get a better value. You know, time to time repaste it, check the thermal paste, check if it's working, you know, and that's it. I recommend having a video card like this, but not for gaming, just for value. That's it, because yeah, they are collectible. Regardless, if you have any suggestion for this video card or for this system, leave a comment and I will see you very soon.